Welcome back to My Wife Gardens, the channel where I, who don't know anything about gardening, talk to you about gardening. I'm going to run you through a few more things in our garden, uh, and maybe show you some of our first fruits. And I guess Cooper's going to help. So here we have our tumbler for compost, and you can roll it, you can tumble your compost, and here, there we go. Okay, so it's got a weighting and adding side. So this is where you put your new stuff, and then once you get to a certain point, you have to stop putting things in there and let it do its composty thing. And then in here, we have a pinch down bucket so the lid doesn't come off, and this just has shredded paper in it. So if you don't have enough carbon, you have too much nitrogen, you can get your mixture just right, and then you spin it, and then whenever this side is ready to be the waiting side, you can just like take this puppy off and flip it over and that sort of thing. And then it has holes, and yeah. And over here we got some hay that we acquired, and we are not putting it into the garden yet because we're worried about pesticide. And so we took, and by we I mean my wife, I didn't do any of this stuff because I don't do anything, took some of the hay, soaked it in water to kind of see if there was any pesticide in it, and then she's checking some seeds in like an experiment to see if the hay's good. And then get out of here, go. Okay, and then yeah, well, let's look at some of our fruits. Right. So over here is this let's see, Parisian cucumbers. That doesn't seem right. No, these are like black peppers. And so we got a few little dudes coming up here. You can see them. Guys come up there. We're getting some flowers over here. So they flower first, I guess, and then they make peppers, maybe. So those peppers are coming up, and then I think that somewhere we have our first jalapeno. And I clearly don't know which one of these plants is the jalapeno plant. So what I do know is that maybe these potatoes are starting to get ready to be ready. Got some flowers on this one, so getting close. Here's some of the seedlings that I've been wanting to show you. These have been in the other room where we have a shelf and some grow lights and that sort of thing. They're sitting out here because you want to make sure that they get weathered. Oh my word. Those dogs. Anyways, you gotta make sure that they're hardy enough to be outside, right? If they live inside all their life, they're just a bunch of pansies. But not actual pansies, because those are flowers. But you gotta make sure that they can handle the wind and the temperature swings and that sort of thing. And so she'll run a fan sometimes on them just so they can get a little wind hardy. And then just kind of sitting outside, practicing being outside plants. Well trained. Sorry that the dogs are running around. And yeah. Oh, and this is interesting. So this thing right here, the thing right there, like a butterfly gnat catcher thing. And whenever you have good soil or bad soil, it's not bad soil. Whenever you have just soil, period, usually there's like gnat eggs and stuff in it because that's just the nature of the beast. So that's been nice, keeping a billion gnats out of the house. Just kind of catches them. So cool little thing. Bought it on Amazon. Just like everything else, I guess. So, yep, those are the seedlings. I think this is chamomile or something. Romanian chamomile, which is a perennial, unlike regular chamomile, which is not a perennial. Learn that too. All kinds of stuff. All right, now here, I know that these are like slicey Roma tomatoes or something. So those are coming in. I think this one is a determinate plant, which means that it's only going to make so many. And so we making sure that we're not cutting too many of the sucklings off of this one. I obviously don't know all the words. Over here though, look at all these cherry tomatoes. I think this one is an indeterminate plant. So it's just going to keep making fruit until it stops making fruit. as in out of season. And yeah, so these ones you have to watch out for the sucklings, and you have to like pull them off so that you don't have it wasting energy on a bunch of extra vines. You want it to spend its time on the fruit that's making. So you got to keep it open for airflow, and then not too many extra branches. So we're watching that for these non-determinate whatevers. And I think that's basically it. Maybe. I'm sure I'm missing something. But those are first fruits, and we talked about compost, and we talked about trimming, I guess. Man, there's all kinds of stuff happening in the garden.